Okay. Welcome to the quarterfinals of the January 1.1K tournament that we had in Tampa after a long day of playing. With me is Trey Dickens, the individual who is playing in this quarterfinals.
Hello, everyone.
Yep,
I'm going up against the lead designer, Ken, here.
Right.
We're just doing our opening mulligans here. He's starting 2 Deception. I'm starting 2 Elitism.
Was it scarier to play against Ken than anybody else you had played that day?
I think so, but mainly because this was the game that determined if I was getting first or second.
Oh, okay. So, well, not for, just if you'd go into if you go into finals or not.
Quarterfinals.
So it was more the fact that it was the quarterfinals rather than this is Ken Pilcher, the lead designer. He knows all the stuff.
It had to do with everything, like the fact that it's Ken Pilcher's quarterfinals and the fact that I'm on camera. It's a lot of stressful stuff going on.
Camera's very stressful. Okay, I got you.
Yep.
All right,
so he passes turn 1.
So we see Trey. He started with 2 elitism and he laid down deception. So it looks like he's playing a 2 trade deck. Ken started 2 deception and he laid an obsession on his first turn. So it looks like he's also playing 2 trades.
Yep. And we both pass our turn 1, and Ken also passes his turn 2 here. Yep. No characters being played because who needs characters anyways?
It's a peaceful game. Lots of love. Trying to make out some cards and hands here. So how would you rate your deck that you had or your card pool overall? Do you think it was above average card pool?
Yeah, probably considering I had 3 foil rares. So just that alone.
Jeez.
But
yeah, pretty good.
The cards had a lot of synergy with each other. I had a lot of token manipulation and stuff like that.
Nice.
So here I play Contriving Engineer to search out an elitism. I actually play 1 elitism in the deck just to have value for the Contriving Engineer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was going to say, do you need it? But yeah, because ramping it's always nice. Gotta love to ramp.
Well, I'm also playing, I think, 1 Mechanic Elf. Oh, not Mechanic Elf. Repeat Offender.
So you do need that 1 anyway.
I do need the 1, yeah. But that's the only one I play, and I only get it out with Contriving Engineer, which I'm also playing of. So, actually, I think I might have 2 of them. I'm not sure.
Okay. So for Ken to keep up the resources, at the end of the turn, he paid 4 to play a resource, and played another resource on his turn.
So he's at 6 now.
Just to keep up with you ramping, because you're going to go to 6 on your turn. I do see a Kinky App there in Ken's hand. That's always a scary card.
It's a scary card.
Wait, a 4-2 covert can definitely win some games.
For sure. As you know for yourself.
As I know, I rode the back of that Kinky Asp to a win for a sealed event that we had for Shade pre-release.
And Ken passes again, so that's it's 3 turns now with no action from Ken.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure everything he has in his hand. I mean, I guess he didn't want to play Kinky Asp that cost 4, that would leave him 2, and waste 2 resources.
Yeah, Ken is very. Yeah. He likes to use all his resources every turn for sure.
Yeah, Ken is definitely of that mindset that you do not waste a turn for the resources.
Get him for 2 damage.
I mean, a 2-1-3 isn't that scary, but when your opponent has no characters, you just keep swinging with them. Get the damage in while you can.
Yep. We're both at 6 now because we both ramped on our.
So you just pass as well. You didn't feel the need to develop your board anymore.
I guess not. I'm not sure what I had in my hand. I don't remember. But yep, Ken just draws 2 cards there.
Man, Ken has a Concentriculation in his hand. That card is so good.
Yep. He actually made a really big play mistake with it though, as you'll see later.
Yeah.
So yeah, he developed another resource. He'll probably play Kinky Asp here because it'll help 3 open.
Yep. Definitely makes sense that he would do that. I'd actually argue playing the Kinky Asp and the Ejector, or maybe the Ejector. Well, not the Ejector first, but definitely I would play the Kinky Asp and the Ejector. I think just to
he does have a lot of cards in his hand, so it's not like he needs to draw anymore.
Right. So I'd probably play both of those just to, like I said, to protect the Asp.
Paying 3 for something.
Or not. I mean, it's right there on top. It's like he wants to play it, but He did. Wait, so...
Oh, I guess he passed turn.
All right, so he did pay. He just counted out, but he didn't actually jump in. Yeah, so he just passed and let you draw.
All right, so I drew my 2 cards.
And no response from him to, So, yeah, you just get in for another 2 free damage.
It looks like he has something to do here.
Now he's responding. Oh, okay.
Oh, he's going to play. Okay.
Yep, there you go. Number 1 stunner. Good card. It'll kill your engineer, who's only a 2/1/3.
I wonder when he played that face down.
Probably when he paid 4 to play a resource. Yeah,
right, but I would already have my contriving out by then, so you think if he wanted to play it against it, then he would have kept it in his hand.
Oh, yeah, that's true, because he had the 6... Oh, no, he just went to 6 this...
To be at 6, I guess? I don't know.
No, he just went to 7 this turn. Yeah, so he was at 6 last turn.
So so he
cards.
did lose a resource by playing that card from his flip down power instead of playing a different card face down. That might have been a mistake. Depending on what's in his hand.
So you play a bipolar sarcophile, tokens.
Yep.
Yeah, you did have, I do remember seeing some of your stuff, you did have quite a bit of token synergy. It's pretty nice.
I did. I didn't actually know I had that much token synergy when I first built the deck. It looks like I lose the coin flip.
Yeah, which is always sad, but a 2/3/4 is still pretty good. I mean, Horseman Jig, Famine.
It's another body.
Yeah, it's not very scary by itself, but it does let you play the BPL.
Oh, yep, you get a BPL out of it, which is pretty good card. It's hard to play it often.
Very hard to play it, especially in limited. Getting enough cheap. Maybe that's why I didn't play anything last turn. So you needed to save. That's
actually cards. Yep. I do think I remember that. I could have played cards, but I wanted to play Beefy Elf, and this is the only way I could have played Beefy Elf.
Yeah, so you just had to wait.
I think that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, to get resources out. That's fair. That makes sense. Yeah, because a 4/4/3 is very hard to deal with. But I mean, Beefy Elf is hard to get on the table.
In your hand.
Yeah, let's have a concentration, which is really bad for you because again, like we said, BPF is so hard to play a lot of times that like you had to basically skip a turn in order to play the BPF. So so putting that back on top of your deck, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, a lot of times when you use bounce cards, you want to bounce like high cost characters and make them pay for it again.
Right.
But in this case, when you bounce a character that has such a strict limit to being able to be played, it's almost removable in itself, just straight up, even though it only costs 2.
Yeah, because once you redraw it, it's like, okay, I either A, play it face down, which was what I'd probably end up doing with it, or B, you just hold it hoping to draw, other cheaper characters so you can replay it later, because it's so rough. You still have pretty good attacks, though, because, oh no, that's only a 2/3/4 and a 1, so you can't even kill him.
Yeah, so it looks like he just passed his turn again. It's my turn again. He just has his number 1 stunner out to block.
Number 1 stunner would block the BPO and stop it from restoring. I mean,
it blocks my other guys too, though, and it doesn't die to them. So you might want to do that instead.
I mean, we see Ken's hand, so we know he has concentration, which is gonna answer that. Gonna answer that BPO, right? But just. In your position, like you just okay, I just have to, why wouldn't you? I'm just gonna swing out. Like that's what you do.
Yeah,
you got to get rid of it.
I'm not gonna not attack.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm scared of something, so let me not attack. Like no, you just have to attack.
I think I'm gonna draw a card here because I don't want to draw Beefy Elf.
You don't want to draw Beefy Elf right now. You want to see what else you got.
Yep.
Yep, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, drawing card. I think I agree with that decision. I think it's definitely the right answer because you know what the next card you're gonna draw is, and so you definitely want to look for something else, better answers, because nothing else, like you said, is going to get through the 1/4/3 right now. And you could attack one at a time, and he could block to not make something restore, but other than that, he just. So I think that's right because now you don't even necessarily have to attack, and you just got in a free point of damage.
Yep, just 1 point, but it is 1 point.
Yep.
So there's that.
Always attack with the small guys because, like I said, if they let 1 point in every turn, like okay, cool. I don't have to attack with big guys. Like they can just sit here. I'll kill you with small dudes.
Yeah, in this case, I don't really want to attack with the bipolar because having a guy depleted for your next turn is really bad.
Yeah, it's really rough.
Pretty bad drawback, especially because it doesn't kill his guy. So.
Right.
He'll just be able to do it again. There comes the Kinky Asp.
Here comes the Asp. Now the Asp is a problem for you because instead of 4/2 covert, 4 damage adds up pretty quick.
Yep.
And so you drew a card, which was a Beefy Elf.
It was a Beefy Elf. Yeah, so for the rest of the game here, I'm worried about his his concentration in the discard pile,
Yep,
because it has a recur effect of pay 3 and bounce a dude.
Yep.
So I play around that for the rest of the game, but he actually never uses it because he forgets that it's in there.
Oh, wow, that's rough.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. At the end of the game, I'm like, why don't you bounce my dude? And he's like, oh my gosh. And he said it's the only game he forgot to do that in too. But,
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think he tried to block with Kinky Ass there.
Kinky Ass does not block. He's covered. But yeah, that concentration, forgetting about recur can happen. So you pay 6 for this guy. I mean, 3/6/2 is pretty good. I mean, because he's another character that you can just attack freely with most times, because as soon as you attack, he's just going to restore anyway, like no matter what. So
he's pretty good against a lot of smaller dudes as well.
Yep. However, Ken does have a great answer, and he only pays 2 to put it back in your hand. You just missed 2. This is where when people talk about how bad high cost characters are, this is the reason why, because you essentially just missed 2 card draws, because he paid 6.
And I was hoping he would use the recur effect.
On that, put it in your hand. Just get rid of it.
So I'm going to impeccable time into Kinky Ass because that guy is not fun to deal with.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that now. Yeah, see, and so Ken actually had that quoted in Ejector in his hand that he could have played first, but he didn't.
Yep.
And this one is where it probably would have been beneficial to play it first, because then he could have saved his Kinky Ass.
I actually thought here that he would bounce his Kinky Ass with the recur ability.
With the recur ability, maybe that's what he was saying. Oh, but yeah, he forgot all about it. Yeah, he could have used the recur to bounce.
That would definitely be like a correct way to do there.
Yeah,
because Kinky Ass is very difficult to deal with.
Yep. So protecting it would have been very nice.
That's actually why I played the Patrol Madrig, because I was hoping he would use it on that, and then I'd be able to kill the Kinky Ass no problem.
Right.
But instead he had another answer and then just forgot about the other one, so that worked out.
So that worked out for you. So this game would have been vastly different if he could have. So did you have another answer in your hand at the moment to deal with a covert Kinky Ass?
Not sure. I think I don't really remember actually. I don't think I did though.
Yeah, because that's 4 damage every turn. Because he can play enough other guys to kind of stall out regular blockers, and then that's just a game of covert swinging every turn. So. I see a ping conk and a neuralizer agent in Ken's hand.
Yeah, his deck is he's pretty scary when he gets going.
As well as that ejector still there. I can't make out that last card. And you've been holding your hand pretty close. Not sure what you have over there. And I know you have an omnidirectional patrol magic, unless you just played that face down, which you might have.
I believe I did, because I was still worried about it getting bounced back to my hand again.
Gotcha. Yeah, which is fair, because you don't want to keep paying 6 for things to get bounced back.
Yep. And so he blocks my horse magic this time because he has another blocker.
Yep. And his other blocker will just trade, which is a fair trade, I think.
Yep. A 3/1 for a 2/3 is pretty good.
Oh, but he does not trade with it. I guess he
does not. He just wants the damage, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he can just start out racing you with 3/1. You just drawing cards here. Looking
see what I got.
Answers. Yeah. Nothing.
I passed.
Ken will draw more cards.
Yeah, I think between the Beefy Elf and the Patrol Majig, I think I actually put the Patrol Majig face down instead of the Beefy Elf.
Yeah, see, which I don't know. I think I would have put, like me personally, I think I would have put the Beefy Elf face down. Because, like, the Patrol Majig, yes, he costs 6, and he does have that recur, but again, like, if you try to bait it out the first time, I mean, well, why not, try to bait it out again? Like I said, yes, it's bad doing it repeatedly, but it's one of those things that probably worth it. Now, the neuralizer agent here is pretty good, because as soon as he swings, your opponent has to discard a card. And in a limited environment, when there's a lot of one-ofs, discarding a card can be pretty good. I value it at probably like half of a removal, almost.
Especially when he has all this bounce effects, like he can guarantee that I have a card in my hand most of the time.
Right. So yeah, so with that, so with making your opponent discard stuff, if you can just keep them without cards, then it's very handy.
So yeah, with that out, I'm gonna just start playing resources, because that's what you got to do.
Yeah. And that is how you get around discard effects. You just play resources. You can't have them in your hand.
Nope.
They're better face down.
Play resource there, and I believe for the start of turn I will also play a resource just to try to empty my hand out.
Right. Yeah, because it's much better face down as a resource than in the discard pile. The discard pile does nothing for you. On the face down, at least, gets you some cards back later. And that Neuralized Agent is also a safe bet right now because it's a 3/3/3 and you don't have anything that would kill it unless you wanted to double block, which seems almost inefficient.
Yep.
I'm kind of confused why you attacked with that guy.
I did not attack with him. He did not get restored.
Oh, he did not get. Okay, he didn't get restored. That's what it is. Okay.
Yep.
Right. That's right. Okay.
I just forgot, and Ken pointed out, so I depleted him again.
Gotcha,
I think I did that a couple times because I'm just not used to having guys on my field that aren't restored.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I completely forgot about it too. Just watching this here. Anyway, yeah.
See, like I restored him again right there.
Why did you just restore it again?
Because that's what I'm saying. Like it's just.
Oh yeah. You said it. I hope you didn't. I hope that wasn't an attack. I hope it's like, oh, I have to. Oh no, you did attack.
I did
no.
attack.
Oh, Ken pointed out like no,
it's restored. Yeah.
I thought you did because I thought he just declared blocker. Like, oh man, no, you did just attack. Jeez.
So
like this is quarterfinals and it's cheating happening. Yeah, the Puddling Beggar and a Billionaire.
And a Billionaire, which is really good.
And then
I get to play my BPO.
And then you get to play the BPO again, which is crazy. So Billionaire that's a really problematic card. His effect there that you can just use people's abilities is really good. Like in Second Shade, there's not a ton of cards with abilities, but there's enough.
Right now, there's no targets for him, but I'd rather have him be on the field than in my discard pile at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean he's a good sized body too, just because you know more 4-speed.
He's a 4-speed. Yep, so that's good.
But yeah, he can as soon as there are cards with abilities, he can cause big problems. Like one of the other games that we had, where one of the early games that we posted, you know, his opponent had played the Flaxen Scale, so you guys should totally watch that video. And Billionaire hit the field and just made him discard everything. It was awesome.
That was a lot of fun. He was not very happy about that.
I'm sure he wasn't.
Yeah, I have so much token manipulation, I've actually been able to use opponents' quitting ejectors before on my turn, which was a lot of fun.
Nice, always nice. Yeah, so Ken's just looking at this board because your board did just kind of get out of control this last turn. We have a lot of 4-speeds, and 4-speeds, and
I have the Flooding Beggar as well, which is it's a problem to deal with.
Yeah, the Flooding Beggar just kind of mess up combat math so much because it's like, what if you're blocking with 4-speeds? Like, oh, your 4-speed is now 3-speed, so he's going to die anyway.
So he's going to play his ejector here, and he has to use it immediately, or I can use it.
Yeah, so as soon as he plays it,
putting tokens on it.
Yeah, so as soon as he plays it, if Ken had just played it, and if Ken had done anything else in response to anything else Ken does, Trey could have used the Billionaire to bounce one of Ken's own things, which would have been inconvenient. So.
Looks like he's attacking in a party here.
Yeah, so he's looking at attacking, but again, that Beggar, when he looks at it, because normally that would be a good attack, a 3/1/4 with a 3/3/3, so you got varying speeds in there. But that Beggar, again, would drop that 4-speed to a 3-speed, and now your 4-speeds would just eat his 3-speeds alive.
Which I have 3 4-speeds, so it's not something he really wants to do right now.
So
and he's going to go ahead and play
a Deceptive Muddler. It's another covert guy.
It's another card that controls my hand. So now he's got the Neuralizer Engine and the Muddler out. I'm getting pretty scared here. I can't have cards in my hand anymore at all.
Yeah, I saw some of Ken's other games where he had some of that stuff out. Yeah, he just kind of stuff with that Muddler. Like, it doesn't seem that bad. Like, oh, I just got to put a card on top of my deck. Which, that doesn't really sound. It doesn't sound that bad in theory, but it actually is really bad because now when you pay through to draw, you're getting that card back. So you're not getting new cards. You're just looking at the same card repeatedly.
I would almost rather discard cards than put them at the top of my deck.
It depends on, like, I would almost say yes, but no. It depends on the card because there are some cards
it does depend on the card, but a lot of times it's when I start looking for the removal to get rid of that guy.
Right. Yeah. He is a problem because if you have to keep putting stuff on top of your deck, like I said, you never get new cards, and it so then you're just wasting through resources, just to get the card back.
Yep, and I did develop the BPL here because I know there's no chance of me playing that card again.
Right, so you did finally get rid of it. No, that's good.
I drew a card here. Not sure what it is yet.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, you have enough.
If I want to use it.
So you have enough resources that you can pay through to draw and then just play it.
Yep.
So, or and hope it's not like a tactical removal or something, because if it is, as soon as he attacks that agent, I'm like, well, I got to discard it before I can even play it. So it's
right. Yeah, it's the trigger, so you can't even respond to him attacking.
Yep.
Which could be problemsome.
Can be very problemsome. So you definitely taking your time making decisions of how to attack here, or if there's even a worthwhile attack, because it's not always a good attack.
He's got a boxer out.
So you're going to play a pluck, which is actually a big play mistake on your part here.
Well, so here's the thought process, right? So it is a unique pluck. It triggers off the billionaire, and one of them has to die.
Right.
But so I paid 2 basically to put it in the discard pile.
Okay.
But like I knew I wasn't gonna be able to use it this game. Because I was afraid that if I used it, I would take Kinky Ass, and then he'd bounce Kinky Ass back to his hand. Because I'm still worried about that card in the discard pile.
Right. Right. That's true.
And I also didn't want Pluck to go back at the top of my deck. So I kind of played him hoping that he would die, but I didn't expect him to die that way. So it was a play mistake, but I didn't really care for Pluck.
I got you. So you were playing him to get him out of your hand so he would die, but you didn't think about the billionaire. Gotcha. So you were okay with him dying. You weren't really.
I was perfectly fine with him dying.
Yeah.
Because I paid 2 for him, but so I'm gonna play a resource here.
Yep, just not put it back on top of your deck. Hope it wasn't a good card. You need to win. Yeah, that one there gets in for 2.
Yep.
Ken plays a totally random kid here. This is another card that in limited I think can be okay. I mean, it can mill your opponent some. And
it's also a 4 speed, which is good.
Yeah.
He now has 4 damage at 4 speed, which is important.
Yeah, more damage at 4 speed is good. But overall, the totally random kid. I have had some games where totally random kid, has gotten like 5 or 6 cards milled, which can be pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty strong with juice closets out if you're playing Warlord.
He can definitely be pretty crazy with that.
I'm going to draw for turn because I have no card in hand.
Yep.
I gotta quickly find a way to deal with this board because
his board is getting a little out of control. Like I said, it's mostly because, as I said, that's one of the things with Covert is that he has enough other characters that he can kind of stall the board out where you can't attack or neither one of you attacking that way. But then there's always just that Covert character that's just gonna sit there and do nothing but keep swinging. I mean, it's a long, slow grind, but sometimes
so I have to start attacking here because I'm not gonna win by sitting here idle.
Yes,
that's Covert out.
It's a big party with the Billionaire, which is a 2/3, and the Horseman Jig is a 1/2, and the other. What was the other? Oh yeah, your bipolar, which is a 2/3.
So they're all 4 speed.
Yep, all 4 speed.
And I have Italian Beggar, so I can make any one of them 5 speed. But he's gonna go ahead and basically neuter one of my characters.
Yeah, he just points out that he forgot about the Beggar. He probably should have waited for that.
He wanted to wait for the Beggar to know which one to pick, but I also cannot. Underwhelming performance lets your opponent unattached to, but I have none attached, so I can't do that.
Yep.
So I kind of lose that.
So Ken did play at a good time where you didn't get any benefit off of it.
Yep. But I think he picked Billionaire with that, if I remember correctly.
Yep. So that's what he pointed out there. So Billionaire now is 0/3, but still that's okay.
And But let's see what happens here.
Yeah, because like I said, he's still a 1/2/4 and a 2/3/4. So
and the Beggar.
Yeah, and the Beggar to manipulate anything down, up a speed to one of you guys to speed 5 to do damage before like his Archipile, or you could just manipulate one of his things down if needed. But it's probably better to manipulate. Typically, it's better with Beggar to manipulate your cards up speeds.
Because then you can get around and do more damage.
Right. Because then it'll usually alternate your speed some. But there's also times though where if you have higher speeds, it can kill things, and you can just manipulate your speeds down. Yes, he just sacrifices his 1/4/3 down, which is fine.
Well, he only sees that I have 3 damage there, so he doesn't actually even die here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that 1/4/3 will not. I forgot because Billionaire is a 0. So right.
Yep. So let's see what I have here.
So at this point, it would it wouldn't die. It wouldn't kill any of your guys, but it would just stop something from restoring, which would
probably be
just if you have removal, then if you do have removal, then Ken's just going to take 3. So that's a pretty good block, I think. I mean, it's not a big gamble. In fact, if you do have removal, then you waste it on a 1/4/3, which isn't that big of a dude, and it gets rid of removal. That's a plus for Ken.
Right.
And like I said, he only takes 3 damage for it, so I definitely think that's a good block there. I like it. You drew a card.
I did draw a card.
For answers. And it seems you found something, because you did just pay 4 for something else.
Yep, and I believe it's a Carnival Ringmaster.
Carnival Ringmaster is a good card. It is a Carnival Ringmaster. We'll get this card up. Yeah. So it's only a 1/1/2, but that's not the important part. The other thing is that it lets you, 1 speed also, but that's also not the important part. This important part is that it lets you put a token on something. Which
so I'm going to go ahead and put a token on a Sarcophagus, which a lot of times you don't remember that it actually gets +1/+1 for each token on it, but it does, so.
That's one of the great things about spoils is that tokens, there's no difference in tokens. Whatever the cards, they're all just tokens, and whatever the card says happens with those tokens, happens with those tokens.
So all my guys are going to gain speed, which is not important, but my Ringmaster's going to get in for 1 damage because he's a slower guy, and I'm going to kill his guy before you can do damage to me.
Yeah, because that token puts you at 4 damage on speed 4, which is able to kill the #1 stunner off.
And I didn't have to use my beggar there, so I can actually use my beggar as a blocker for the totally random kid and not lose it, or even for the for his Sarcophagus because he's a 3/1/4. So
but
it's not that bad of a blocker at the moment.
But you're still going to have to take 2 from Deceptive Muddler again.
Yep, and likely more damage than that. Yeah, so he was going to attack you with the Sarcophagus, but then he realized I would kill it with the beggar and then not lose my beggar.
Yeah, because the beggar, remember when you're blocking, cards don't complete when you block until the end of combat, so he can block and then use the effect to bump him up to his 5 speed to do 1 point to kill off that Sarcophagus. So for Ken's attacks, like it's definitely, the Muddler is a safe attack. The Neuralizer Agent is a safe attack. Anything
probably
else?
Getting Ejector.
Yeah, Ejector. I would. Yeah, attacking with Ejectors, that's a pretty safe attack as well, unless Ken wants to use it to chump block or something.
Right.
Yeah, so you don't have any block covert, just take 2.
Just don't have no cards in hand because I haven't been able to have any cards in hand. So he's going to attack with the agent as well. I'll take that as well.
Right.
So I want to save that blocker. Because if I block the agent, then I'm just going to take 3 damage from the Sarcophagus anyways.
Well, if you block the agent, then your guy would die if you block the agent, but you don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. So it's no reason to block it here. And he's going to play a pink conch, which is very scary. It's a 6/6/3.
That is a problem. You do have speed 4s, but you don't have. Oh no, you do have. No. You do have 6 on. You have 6 damage on speed 4 now. Now that you got that other token. Oh, and he scrags your billionaire.
Yep, because he is scared of that effect, even though I have not been able to use it this game.
Yeah, just because it can really control the board. It forces like you saw with the ejector. It forces him to use it at inopportune times because an ejector is usually something you want to play and just save until you need it. But with
you can even use it as an infinite blocker.
Yeah,
which is pretty good.
It costs 3. It's can be kind of bad, but it's still not bad. But it also saves other dudes. But yeah, with a billionaire, you're just forced to make bad plays sometimes.
I'm gonna go ahead and start drawing cards, looking for stuff that I can do.
Yeah. I do see the repeat offender you're talking about earlier. Good thing you got that contriving earlier. So were there games where you draw the repeat and you wouldn't have your contriving or your elitism?
Yeah, there was some games where I put it face down as a resource.
Yeah, that is the big risk when you're only running essentially 2 resources that you need for it.
But it's also the only card that I need that costs 3 threshold. So it's not that big of a loss if I put it face down.
Right.
So I'm going to go ahead and put that out, and I think I'm going to pay 2 to put a token on it.
Good token, so it is at 3/3/3.
Yep, and it can become another 3/3/3 and attack again if I wanted to.
So it can attack twice this turn for a total of 6, which can be pretty scary.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go, big attack coming in. You see you stacking up cards. Because like I said, you'd have enough things on. Oh no, you don't have all the damage on speed 4. So that ping conch could be kind of scary. I don't know what that other card in your hand is. I don't know if it's removal, but
I do kill that pink conch at 4 speed, I believe. Oh wait, no. Let's see.
No, you don't because you only have the 1, 2, 4. Yeah.
And horse is 1, so I have 4 damage. But I can befuddling beggar.
Oh yeah, you can befuddling beggar your 3 speed guy up. Yeah, so yeah, you can kill it on speed 4. But yeah, that beggar is so scary. So Ken's actually double blocking with 2 1/1s. Like a chump block, which might seem kind of bad. Like why just sacrifice 2 1/1s? But because Trey has 2 cards, if Trey had just a removal spell, it would have killed one and Trey would have gotten all damage through. So by using 2, it kind of negates.
Blowout.
It kind of negates most removal spells, like a 1-for-1. But in this instance, Trey happened to have Clockman City Shuffle. So it gives +1/+1 to everything Trey has, and basically wipes Ken's board because it gives -1/-1
He had 4 characters with 1 life.
Yeah, so you saw the 4 characters there would all go to 0 and they all die. And so that means that nothing is blocking Trey's party now. So Trey's party is going to get through for 12 damage. They actually counted up a couple times to make sure what it is. But yeah, that's that Clockman City Shuffle can be a blowout. Like, Ken was not very happy with that play. Because it pretty much wrecked him.
Yeah, so this puts him down to 6.
Yeah, puts him at 6, which is pretty bad.
Yeah, he now has 1 blocker.
Yeah, and he's only got that 1 blocker, that ping pong, which is a 5/5 because it lasts the entire turn. So that 5/5, it's enough to stop a 2/2, but it's not enough to stop much else here.
Yep.
So this is when you get creative.
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and restore the repeat offender, I believe.
Yeah. So here's Ken talking. He's like, "Geez." If I do remember,
he's pretty upset that he designed this card at this point.
Yeah, he was. He's like, "Who designed this card?" That was the comment he made. He's like, "Who designed this card? It's busted."
So I'm going to restore the repeat offender and then attack in a party for 6 damage, which means he has to block with his ping pong, which is a 5/5. So it doesn't even kill the whole party.
Yeah, so he blocked it, and so initially, like, you guys picked up, like, oh wait, that's going to kill the party because it's 6. Like, no, it's actually a 5. So, yeah, I mean, you're going to lose 1 guy, but again, you killed the big dude that you didn't have much other ways to deal with.
Yeah, so he killed a 1/1 with his ping pong, which is
essentially, yeah, he had to kill.
It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah. But see, I'm thinking back though. Do you kill the Befuddling Beggar though? I mean, and to be fair, I mean the repeat offender is only a 2/2 at this point, unless you find other ways to token manipulate him, which would be bad. But I think the Befuddling Beggar is causing enough of an issue that you need to kill.
He's had a play around with the Befuddling Beggar ever since it got out.
Yeah. So I think killing the beggar is probably what you need to do at this point. And then just hope that you don't have more token manipulation to put another token on the repeat offender. Because another token on repeat offender would be really bad.
I think Ken here is still complaining about Clockman City Shuffle.
Yeah, he's just pointing at it like, geez. It's like, dude, he just wiped my board.
The only card in his hand is Mittens, it looks like.
Yeah, that doesn't look like Mittens, which, I mean, we'll stop one of your... But he's at 6, so we'll stop one of your guys, but not enough of them. But he needs to come up with some answers at this turn. Yeah, so here's what people talking about, like, wait, what's it? Like, why didn't you kill stuff? I was like, dude, I couldn't. He destroyed everything.
Yeah, that was a pretty strong turn.
Yeah, so but I mean, Clockman City Shuffle is just that much of a swing sometimes.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. So yeah, it pretty much wiped Ken's board. Just with 1 card, and you did enough damage to put him, pretty close to dead now. I mean, you have lethal on board.
He goes ahead and attacks.
Yep, so
I don't know.
You discard.
I agree with that because it loses him a blocker when he's at 6 life.
Yeah, I don't know if I would attack either since he was at 6, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe because whatever card you had in your hand, he didn't want you to have, or he thought might be scary enough. So so he does.
I did have a card in my hand. I think it was a hard note though.
You discard it, yeah.
So not very scary.
So, but again, I mean, I guess you're in Ken's position, like he's like, oh, what might he have in his hand that I need to get rid of? But yeah, I don't know. I almost feel like, he should have saved it. She should have saved the character to block as well. I think I would have, just because again, you have lethal on board. You got 1, 2, and that's 3, that's 5, 6, 7. You have 7 points on board.
And what's discarding 1 card when I can draw 3 more this turn and still play things? So
you have so many resources. Yeah, so you just attack with your small dudes first, and he's like, okay, I mean, I take those, go down to 4. But I guess he did the math, and he's like, okay, I can live, at one influence here. Yep.
So my bipolar is a 3.
Yeah, right? It's a 3/4 right now. Yep.
And my repeat offender is a 2/2.
Right. Yeah. So he did the math, and he's like, okay, well, I mean, I can take enough because he has a gassy.
Yep. And he chooses to block the repeat offender to set him up better in a later turn because he kills the repeat offender here. But if he blocked the sarcophagus, he would only
they wouldn't kill each other. So he set it up so that he actually kills one of my characters,
Right. Yeah,
which he valued more than having the life.
Right. Well, because I mean, yeah, because in sports, like if you can live at one influence, I mean, sometimes that's all you need. You can just live. So yeah, so his kid's already putting himself at one. He's like, yeah, I got this. But you did draw an answer for a bug bite, which Ken was not happy about. He's like, come on.
Yep. So I put a token on the bipolar sarcophile, putting it up to 4 attack, which killed him. But it didn't actually matter which one he blocked because I also could have just attacked again with the offender by putting a bug bite on him.
Right, yeah, because if he had taken that 2 damage from the repeat offender, you could have played bug bite 2, put that token on it, and then just restored it to attack again. And at that point you would have gotten 3 damage in once, and then he would have had to block the repeat offender, in which case your other guy could have gotten through for free. So yeah, so because of that.
So he actually had to have 2 answers there, and he only had 1.
Yeah.
So if he kept his guy as a blocker,
right. Yeah, the 3/3 could have blocked the 2/2. I mean, which at worst you would have played bug bite and you would have traded. At best he just kills your guy for free.
Yep, and he also had a mittens in hand that he didn't play, which could have saved him another some damage.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't play the mittens. I think he paid. Because he paid 3 to draw because he was looking for better answers, and that's when he drew the Gassy.
Right.
I think so. Well, yeah. So that was the quarterfinals. This will be the last video because the winners, Trey and the other player, Mark
Brown.
Mark Brown. They decided to split the top 2, so we will not have a finals video. So thanks for watching the tournament.
Yep. Thank you guys. Have a good one.